The first five players are all running backs. I'm like, wait, really? Hold
No,
on.
no, 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 look,
That's
just look. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. We're looking at this list. We'll introduce ourselves real quick in a minute, but I want you guys to all look at this list, right? Look at the list. Just look at the list. Look at the list, and I'm gonna go through it, right? I'm gonna go through the list and tell me what's missing. Ready? All right. Oh, hold on. Okay, this is the second page. I don't care about like who's on there. The orders, whatever. I mean, Tebow's kind of low, but whatever.
dude, the first eight are running backs?
20 pisses me off. Like number 20 pisses me off a lot. I don't know why Johnny Manziel up here. But that's it. This is the top 20. This is the best all time. They only do 20. What do you notice? I'm gonna go back for you. Who's not there?
All right, Tim Tebow's there. Where the fuck is Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning is the guy not there. Who else is not there? Like, bro, this is I completely disregarded this list when I first saw it.
I,
Like, just said this list is one of the dumbest lists I've ever seen.
Peyton Manning. No Tommy Frazier?
No Tommy Frazier, but there's an obvious guy who's not there, dog. Like a super obvious dude. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know who the hell who Green is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure who it is. Um, where's Reggie?
Oh shit.
Like, where's
How the
Reggie?
fuck? Yeah, no Reggie Bush. No.
That was the biggest omission for me because of the impact Reggie Bush had on college football. And I feel like Reggie Bush, after Barry Sanders, was the most spectacular player I've ever seen, right? In my life. No Adrian Peterson, right? No AP.
Fucking Desmond Howard? Like you
No.
are I'm looking Johnny Manziel over Desmond Howard, Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson. Fuck, Andre Ware was a better and more
I
spectacular
when I
quarterback
first
than
saw
him.
when I first saw this crop, I almost broke my phone. Like this is stuff like this. Like this is why I hate lists. This is why I don't like lists because people can just do whatever they want. And honestly, it's for stuff like this. It's to get us all riled up and to make us upset. I get it. Johnny Manziel, when they put
Yeah,
him
but
in
you
there,
had to put some kind of thought and effort into creating a top 20 best
do
all-time
you
college
know like
football
I mean
players.
Joe? I mean, out tell me
You're
if I'm
he when you've got Orlando Pace, you've got Hugh Green, you've got Dick Buckus. You had to dig into their numbers. Jim Thorpe, you had to dig into numbers to actually come up with this list. This person is an intelligent fool.
I I don't know. I just feel like Joe Burrow shouldn't be on there.
No, absolutely
He had a
not.
phenomenal if this was best all time seasons, then Joe Burrow should be there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cam Newton should be there, right? Yes. But players, Tebow to me is too high. Tebow is one of the greatest players, despite what you think about him. He's one of the greatest players of all time. I think Ricky Williams is too low, or depending on what you think about. I don't know. Barry Sanders should be probably one, right? But I mean, I don't. I college football. I take this little. I take this personally because I love college football, and I don't know. I hate this stuff. I hate stuff like this. Like, and then when I kept going, I'm like, okay, Reggie's gonna be at least in the top 20, and then I see Johnny Manziel. Like, it's like that's when I just exited the app. I said, I'm out. I'm out. This is stupid. So I don't even know what this is based off of, and I don't know. I'm over it. All right, let's go. Let's introduce ourselves because I just wanted to show that real quick. It's so annoying.
Yo,
All right,
that is
let's
nuts.
get to that stuff.
The hell?
Like, Dick Buckus played center, man. I'm telling you, Dick Buckus played center. Like, hey, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Be Easy, Brian and Drew, host of Be Easy Sports, and then we got the Fog. the objectively biased one of objectively biased sports. We got a fun show for you guys today. Obviously, we're off to a very annoying start already because of that list. I just saw the list like 2 minutes ago, and I was like, I gotta show this. I gotta see if I'm tripping, because if Reggie's not on that list, then that list should be invalid. That list is done. That list should be invalid. If Reggie Bush is not on the list of greatest college
Johnny Manziel over Vince Young.
over Vince.
How?
Over Vince.
How?
I don't know. Make sure you guys, the luck you guys have been doing, leave your comments below. I really appreciate that. We love when you guys engage. Makes the show so much more fun, so much more smoother. And you don't got to hear us idiots always talking about our thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts as well. Make sure you subscribe to our pages, to Be Easy Sports, to the Two Man Front, and obviously to Objectively Biased Sports. We really, really appreciate you guys. We do that. There's a little QR code for the YouTube channel right up top in your top right-hand corner, as you can see. And we're going to hop right into it, man. We're going to ride. Week 4 was another wild ride for this season. It was another wild ride. Another wild ride. Now, he's biased. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Here we go.
It was another wild ride, and a lot of weird outcomes, a lot of winners, a lot of losers, as always, as you must have that, obviously, in sports. And we're going to talk about our winners and losers of week 4.
Taylor Swift.
Depending on who you ask, honestly, depending on who you ask, Taylor, the Swifties are either a winner or a loser. I don't know. It just all depends on who you really ask at this point, right? It all depends, right? So, but Fog, week 4, winners and losers. Who is your first winner?
My first winner is going to be Lamar Jackson, because that man showed out. Yes, Deshaun Watson was there, but guess what? Deshaun Watson was there in spirit. He wasn't there on the field. But Deshaun Watson has been there in spirit even when he's been on the field for the first 3 games of the season. So let's be honest there. It hurt not having Nick Chubb, but at the end of the day, the Ravens came through and Lamar Jackson showed why he will win his second MVP.
Lamar, I mean, very quietly, is one of the most efficient passers in football right now. And very quietly, he is showing that he can be a true dual threat. I was at the game with the Colts in the Ravens. Bad loss for them. Who's the OC again? I always forget his name. Where's his name? I've got the Ravens OC. We'll figure it out. I always forget his name. But
I forget. It's a new guy.
Yeah, it's a new guy. I just had his name at the top of my head. But this offense he's in right now, he's flourishing. There are some growing pains, and I mind you, he did this without Odell and Rashad Bateman. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have his top 2 wide receivers, right? And yes, shout out to Lamar Jackson having a real OC in Bucket Hat Monk. Oh, yeah, that's his name. What's Monk's first? Monk from Georgia. Some say it's right.
Yeah, that's right. The OC from Georgia.
Oh, he's from Georgia. I always forget his name, but he's apparently, they look like a match made in heaven right now. They are on top of the AFC North, and Lamar is looking like you said, a 2-time MVP, future 2-time MVP. If he continues this run, and with the AFC North being kind of in shambles right now, right? Kind of in shambles. Yeah, it looks like Lamar Jackson is taking advantage of that, and he looks good. He looks very, very solid, looks very, very comfortable, and looks like a true dual threat. And honestly, it's funny. It's very funny. He's kind of flying under the radar because no one's really talking about them right now, right? No one's really talking about them right now, but they're a quiet 3-1. They had a weird loss. Could easily be 4-0 right now at the top of the AFC right now if they wanted to, if they didn't lose to the Colts in overtime a couple weeks ago. So very, very good start for the Baltimore Ravens. My winner this week is this man right here. This man, DeMeco Ryan. DeMeco Ryan, first-year head coach of the Houston Texans, has that team. I believe are they 3-1 or 2-2? I can't forget. But they 2-2 football team. They don't feel like they're 2-2. They feel like they're about 3-1. They are playing good football right now. They are a top 10 defense and a top 13 offense right now. So they're pretty much right there in the mix with everybody else. Todd Monken, thank you very much. Who that is Todd Monken, who is the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. But what D'Amico Ryans is doing for the Houston Texans, along with C.J. Stroud, who is one of the most efficient passers in football as a rookie right now, is quite amazing, right? And look, we kind of figured that this Texans team wasn't bad last year. Right? We know they only won 2 games, but they were a competitive bunch under Lovie Smith. They just didn't have a quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback. They didn't really have anybody to throw the ball to, right? You know, they got some guys now. Obviously, that's C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell. They got some guys in the secondary. They got a great defense, right? Led by man, what's the guy's name? C.J. Anderson, Tim Anderson, right? The rookie out of Alabama, right? You know, so I'm happy for DeMeco Ryan because I was worried about him going to a bad team. Obviously, being an African American coach, you always kind of worry about that because of the chances he's going to get, the opportunities, the lack thereof opportunities they have in the league. We all know that. And he's taking advantage of this. And look, C.J. Stroud is looking like the rookie of the year right now. He's easily looking like the offensive rookie of the year right now. And he may be a runaway, especially if this team can keep. Look, they're tied for first in the AFC South. Who would have thought that? The Jaguars should have been running away with this, but they're not. They're tied for first in the AFC South. So that's going to be a division where, maybe 9 wins that division, maybe 10. And with a defensive minded guy, DeMeco Ryans, it wouldn't shock me if the Texans are right there when they get there. Who's your next winner, Fogg?
Oh, my next winner is the Philadelphia Eagles, my team. You want to know why they're my winner? Because they still haven't figured it out offensively, and they're undefeated. Bottom line, this team, they should have destroyed. Based on the numbers, when you look at the numbers alone, they should have absolutely annihilated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they didn't. But when they get it figured out, this offense is going to be potent because when you watch that defense is on another level right now. That defense is playing football the way you want a defense to play, and they're only going to get better, especially with the youth on that team. So I'm taking the Eagles because they're not playing their best football, and they're still undefeated.
Got some comments here, some interesting comments. Emmanuel Forbes, he did get cooked. Man, he was getting destroyed by A.J. Brown this week. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Oh, that's what happens when you have a rookie. Like, again, Washington. Yeah. Well, you had a rookie going up against
all-pro.
Look, A.J. Brown's an elite wide receiver.
He's an all-pro. No, he's an all-pro, and this guy's winner is my winner this week is the kids. That Disney broadcast was great. My son loved every minute of it. They were explaining stuff. It was great. I watched a little bit of it. I have Disney Plus. It was actually more interesting than I thought it would be. Like, I wasn't really sure what it was or what it was going to be. So, I don't have any kids, so I can't say I super enjoyed it, but it was actually like really interesting to see that it was literally a simulcast of the actual game. That was cool and pretty interesting at the same time. This guy says even the bum-ass Falcons looked so adorable on Disney Plus. But no, it was an interesting game.
Shout out to Kevin Oliver for jumping on this.
My winner is C.J. Stroud. I have 2 Texans, right? C.J. Stroud is, like I said, looking like the offensive rookie of the year right now. 6 touchdowns, 0 picks. He looks hella efficient. I mean, the guy is just playing some of the best football right now at quarterback. And look, I'll be the first to tell you, I like C.J. Stroud. I wasn't down on C.J. Stroud. He just wasn't my number 1 quarterback. Mine was Bryce Young. Bryce Young, in my opinion, is on a horrible football team. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just giving the facts, right? Bryce Young's on a horrible football team, 0 lines, 0 skill guys. They got rid of DJ Moore. He has no running back, no line. Defense is trash. It's going to be a long season for Bryce Young. It's going to be a long season. He has to survive his rookie year, but he's still got to show some flashes, right? And he hasn't really quite done that because he hasn't been upright. And it's not like they've been blown out in games. They're just not scoring enough points to obviously win them. But back to CJ. But CJ Stroud is one of the reasons why this team is where they are. He is commanding that offense. It's a young team. They look like they obviously trust him. I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he can finally dispel this, maybe break this Ohio State curse at quarterback, possibly. And He looks good, man. I mean, I don't really have much else to say. He looks pretty solid to me.
Yeah, he
He looks
does.
good.
He looks every bit of what I said he was.
All right, let's go into the other one. Like there's always with winners, there's always a loser. Fall, who's your first loser?
My first loser is going to be a coach, and it's going to be Bill Belichick. Because let me tell you something about the New England Patriots since Tom Brady left. They haven't seen the playoffs. And it's just getting worse and worse. And right now,
I thought they made the playoffs. I thought they made. I mean, I could be wrong. I thought they made it 1 year with Mac Jones. Like it was like Mac Jones' rookie. I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Yeah, I don't think they did. If they did, I'm wrong. But the bottom line is this: Bill Belichick has had time to retool, get this team back, and he hasn't done that. And I don't know if it's, hey, you know what, you just don't have the right quarterback, you're not getting the right personnel, but this team does not look the same, anywhere remotely close to the same that they did with Tom Brady at the helm. You're not going to find another Tom Brady, but at least find a way to turn around and get your team to being competitive. You got mollywopped. And Bill Belichick is not a guy that has gotten losses like that. We talked about it at the beginning of the season, Brian.
Yeah.
This could be his last season in New England. And I tell you what, the way this team's trajectory is going, it may very well be based on the comments that were made early on in the season and I think maybe before the season from Robert Kraft.
So you think? So let me ask you this: are you insinuating that this could be those last year?
Yes.
I don't think it is, but I can see why you say that. It doesn't feel that way. I mean, it's only week 4 too. And are they 0-4 or have they won a game? I think they won a game. I think they won a game. And also I will say I looked it up. They did go to they went to the playoffs rookie year.
Rookie year, yeah.
Yeah, they went to the playoffs. So I just looked that up. So they did do that. If we're talking coaches, Ron Rivera, I've never heard of a coach say they made a decision because the offense was tired. I feel like that's kind of sus. The Riverboy ran. I think, if anybody, I think this last year is going to be him. I think he's on the hot seat. He's either on the hot seat or he's just going to be he's keeping the seat warm for Eric Bieniemy. I feel like he's a guy it's kind of almost like a sitting duck, but I don't think they're going to fire him. I think he's going to step down. I think no matter how the season goes. For Bill, though, it's only week 4. I don't see this being his last year. I just don't really, I can't imagine it being his last year. I mean, I can only see that Bill, he's got an ego too, right? He's gonna want to at least give it one more run as long as he can. He doesn't seem like he's tired. I don't know what his psyche is right now. I'm not really sure. I don't really see him, but yeah, I mean, like you said, he's had time to retool. Like it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years since Brady left, right? It's been a while, right? If you want to look at this in college football terms, like at this point, like Mac Jones is like a senior, right? At this point, he should be somewhere to the point where he is the franchise, and Bill hasn't got it out of him. So whatever tricks Bill did with Tom Brady is not working with Mac Jones. And I'm not sure if it's time to pull Mac Jones or turn a different direction. I'm not sure, but I do have a question for you, real quick. I do have a question. I just popped in my head because I feel like these two guys are on the same level. Who do you feel get benched first? Mac Jones, Daniel Jones? Probably Mac, right?
Oh shit.
Probably Mac, because you pay Daniel Jones. You can't bench Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Right?
Based on the money, you can't bench him. Should he be benched? Probably. Just to save his life.
Yeah, I think Mac.
Just to save his life, you might want to bench him.
I think Mac too. I think this guy says Mac. I think Mac as well. This guy says the problem is that's the problem. Eric B isn't the guy regarding. He's talking about Ron Rivera. He's feeling the pressure. He's taking everything Eric B accomplishes as a shot against him. I mean, I don't know how Ron Rivera feels about Eric Bieniemy. I have no idea if he feels threatened that Eric Bieniemy is there. I'm not sure if he had any say for him to be hired. I'm not sure, but it could be, could possibly, definitely be that be the case. Well, but my loser is this man, right? Now I'm not calling Joe Burrow a loser. He's not. Joe Burrow is obviously a winning quarterback, right? He's been a winner since LSU, right? So, but it's more so the fact that this guy. I think it's time, for whatever reason, nobody's saying this, but I'm going to say it now. I'm probably going to post it too. I think it's time that we recognize that Joe Burrow is injury prone. He's an injury prone quarterback. He has never, I think I read or heard something where he hasn't ever had a full preseason since his rookie year or since he's been in the league. He's always been hurt, which is why he has these slow starts. But this one seems a little bit more different because it seems like it's whatever calf or Achilles strain or whatever it may be is really hindering him. So I mean, there's a lot of talk whether they should sit him and just see what happens. And he looks bad. I watched out of that Bengals game. He looks real. He just looks like a shell of himself in terms of what he was last year or 2 years ago when he was an MVP candidate. I don't want to say the Bengals season is over. I feel like. I don't want to say it because I remember saying that last year. I think they started 1-4 last year or 1-3 last year, and they end up winning 9 in a row, right? So I don't.
They didn't look like this. There's a different feeling here.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't lie. I can't lie about that. I can't lie about that. It looks pretty bad. I will say that.
He's not driving the ball down the field.
No,
I think they've only had 4 or 5 plays where he's driven the ball, where he's gone down the field. I think. 20 plus yards, and it's that's not your typical Joe Burrow because he was driving the ball down the field. Even in their slow starts last season, he was still finding the mark. He's not finding the mark, and that's because he can't plant his foot properly. You watch videotape of him, and you watch him when he's planting, and he is not he when you plant that back leg, you're committing. And he's trying to commit, but you can see that the force is not there. I was watching video from 2022 and 2023. You can see that he doesn't have that same push coming off of his back leg when he plants, and that's a problem because after anything he's doing after that, it's just an arm throw.
Yeah. It's the drive. Yeah. Now I've looked at it a little bit. I watched it. He just and his biggest attribute is being mobile. One of his biggest attributes is being able to find time and buy time in the pocket and become a mobile quarterback and really kind of buy time for his guys. And now his numbers, I mean, he's 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, below 60%. I mean, percentage. I mean, it's sorry, Joe. Yeah, I mean, you're one of my losers this week, man. I mean, I hope. I mean, it kind of sucks because Joe is a likable guy. I like him as a quarterback. I felt like he's. I mean, but I'm not I'm not trying to kind of bury him here. He's got to come back. He's got to be better, right? But this season seems lost. You're better off hurting your front. You're better off hurting your front than your back as a quarterback. Phillip Rivers had surgery on his front knee and played in the playoffs. That's true. Let that man heal. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's time to sit him. Yeah,
but if they sit him, then again, their season is done. They should have sat him at the start of the season. They would have still been fucking 1-3 to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean that may be true, but putting him in harm's way and being 1-3 or 1-4 is just not worth it. So you might as well just sit him at this point. Who's your next loser, Fog?
Ooh, my next loser. Gotta go with the New York Giants. I want to go with the whole state of New York. We could just talk about the Yankees, the Jets, but let's focus on the Giants and what the Giants did. Hey, New York Giants fans, you screamed at us screamed the Giants were going to have something. They were going to be there. They were going to do something this year. Brian Dable, coach of the year last year. Oh my God. You had 11 days. 11 days to prepare for this football game on Monday night at home against the Seattle Seahawks, and you gave up a sack for each fucking day you had to prepare. Are you kidding me? Your offense was putrid. Daniel Jones was trash. I've been saying Daniel Jones. B, you and I both had our conversation.
I'm done. I'm done explaining Daniel Jones. I'm just watching back. Now, at this point, he's doing it for me.
Let's Pete, Giants fans. Oh, the offensive line. Well, you wasn't screaming that at the beginning of the season, but hey, let's go offensive line. Guess what? The Chicago Bears, they got a shitty ass offensive line too. But you know what Justin Fields got? He's got 7 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. You know what Daniel Jones got? 2 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and guess what he did? He did those 2 touchdowns in a second half of a game against the Arizona Cardinals. That means the other 3 games that Daniel Jones has played in, you know how many touchdowns he's thrown? 0. Nothing. Not a 1. Don't give me Saquon Barkley's out. Sorry ass offensive line. At the end of the day, if you're that quarterback, you're still going to have to perform. Peyton Manning had a shitty offensive line when he started with the Indianapolis Colts when he got drafted. You know what? You drafted this guy. What was he? The 6th pick of the draft? B? 6th pick? 6th pick in the first round. You picked. He was Daniel Jones. He was a top 10 pick. Top 10 pick. It's sad to say, but the Giants should have moved off of him the way the 49ers moved off of Trey Lance.
Whew. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, the Giants, it almost seemed, to me, it almost feels like, before I say that, what was very, telling, the image of that game that was very telling, because I've never seen this before, right, is when Brian Dable kind of threw the iPad at the direction of his $82 million quarterback, right? Tell me a time where you've ever seen a coach do that. to me, for real, honestly, to me, that is telling, because there's got to be more going on. You don't just do that on national television. I mean, I know you're frustrated. I get it. You're a coach. You're frustrated. Hell, I throw my iPad on the sideline when I cut, but it's different, right? This is your guy. This is the guy you were brought in to kind of to help, right? The way you help Josh Allen, right? Brian Daboll, man, obviously he's not on the hot seat after winning Defensive Coach of the Year. But I will say that right now, whatever he's trying to do with Daniel Jones ain't working, and they still paid it. And honestly, here's the thing. Here's what I find interesting. I can't help but believe that Daboll had some say in terms of who gets paid, because look, he was brought for Daniel Jones. So you want to unless Daboll didn't believe in Daniel Jones, then I don't think he theoretically would have vouched for him to get his money. But so that image was telling. That was they kept showing that. I'm like, wow, he must either there's something going on. You saw Daniel Jones' body language walking away from him, like there's something going on there. But I'm sure as this season continues to implode, right, for the Giants, more will unravel. Speaking of implode, and honestly, it's probably time to just do you even blow the team up? Is there anything to blow up? I'm not really sure. And I'm not really sure. I want to say, usually I would say blow the team up, but I'm not really sure what you're blowing up. And also on top of that, man, at some point, you got to stop blaming the offensive line. And obviously you got to start blaming the guys upstairs, because the Giants have drafted more offensive linemen than any team over the last 5 years.
Yes.
So let's not keep blaming the O-line. Let's just blame the guys upstairs for drafting garbage. I don't know, or it's coaching. I don't know what it is. Is it coaching? Are they not getting coached up? It's something, but you can't blame we don't have any O linemen when you're drafting O linemen. But then is it coaching then? I don't know. The Giants are a freaking mess. Like they're just, you know what? There's actually a team that's not too far from the New York because maybe I don't know, however many miles out west, we're probably worse. Okay, our team is probably our team. My losers are us, man. The fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's just such a divide right now in terms of what we should be doing. But the great thing is the consensus is that Matt Canada is the absolute worst offensive coordinator possibly in the history of football. I don't even know if that's hyperbole or not. It doesn't feel like it's hyperbole. He is just horrible. Like I feel like somebody who only knows the basic understandings of offensive football, right? The basic understandings of offensive football will see how inept this dude is, bro. And then it's just more so. It's just a lot of things. I can't evaluate Kenny Pickett when he's in such a horrible offense. I could evaluate Najee. I've been doing Najee forever. Najee's not getting my benefit of the doubt anymore. I'm giving Kenny Pickett the benefit of the doubt because I feel like he can play. I want to believe in him. I feel like he can play. He makes the plays he needs to make. He stands in the pocket. He takes hits. He's tough. I like him. We have the skill guys. I know we don't have Deontay Johnson, but we have Calvin Austin. We have George Pickens. Fairmouth's out now. We're just kind of losing guys left and right. Defensively, we're one of the worst in the league because our offense is trash. We're 29th in offense. I believe we're 21st in defense. Somehow we're 2-2. Somehow we are 2-2, right? Man, let's see. Fans of that, the benefit I'm giving him as fake as the slide he pulled off.
Listen, you guys shouldn't have beat the Raiders, but I said this before. I said this last week. I feel like Brandon Staley and Josh McDaniels are trying to get fired.
My biggest thing is that Mike said there's going to be changes. Mike Tomlin said there's going to be changes this week. The only change people want to hear or know is when are you firing? When are you firing Matt Canada? That's it. That's it. That's the only change we care about.
I think that he's the one thing he's shown is he's loyal to the people he brings in.
Way too loyal.
He's also shown that he is loyal to winning as well. He has fired coaches before.
He has. He has. Yeah.
And so I think
what's
going to suck is that if the Steelers weren't 2-2, I think Matt Canada's job would be in trouble within the next 3 to 4 weeks. But because they're 2-2, they're going to have to lose at least 3 out of the next 4 games before you turn around and say, okay, maybe Matt Canada gets fired.
It's funny
but
you
if
say
they
that.
find a way to hang in there,
right,
Brian, this fucking guy, Canada will make it to the end of the season. He'll make it. They'll fire him at the end of the season, but he'll make it to the end of the season.
Yeah, because we're always gonna be in games. We're always going to be around this 2-2, 5-5, 7-5. We're probably gonna string out 3 games in a row. Somehow, some way, we're gonna pull out 3 games in a row out of our ass, but then we're gonna lose 4 in a row, right? So that's the thing about us. That's one of the things about being a Steeler fan with Mike Tomlin being there. He's such a great coach, but at the same time, we're not bad enough to get what we need. We're not good enough to win right now. That's sometimes that could be even more frustrating than losing, right? Because you're always in no man's land right now, right?
At least if you're losing, you know where you stand.
You know where you stand, right? You know what I mean? You know where you stand, right? So
Jets fans, you guys know about that.
Oh man, that was a rough loss. That was rough. That was more rough than the San Francisco loss because I expected to lose that game. I expected it. I didn't expect to lose to the Texans.
No.
I did not expect that. I expected to win that game.
I picked the Steelers to win that game.
Yeah, I thought we'd be 3-1. I really did. Man, John Harbaugh changed OCs like 2 games before the playoffs to win the Super Bowl. Deport. I remember. I don't remember that, but I mean, that sounds like. I mean, that's impressive if he did that. But now, man, I don't know. I don't know what, because I don't know who you replace him with. I don't really know what you do if you replace Canada. I'm not really sure, but we'll see, man. But we got a new segment here. There's a lot of panic, right? But even though there's panic, should we be patient? So we picked 4 teams to whether we should be patient or should we be panic, right? So Fog, I'm going to put up a team and you tell me, should we be patient with this team? Should we show some patience or should we panic? First team we got up here, New England Patriots. So some patience or should we panic?
I'd say panic. I just said Bill Belichick is a loser this week. I'm panicking. You do not. Mac Jones was absolutely shit. I've heard that Jones and Billy Zappi don't even talk to each other, the backup quarterback. So
really?
I've heard that there's frustrations that this team is imploding internally. So yeah, if I'm looking at the Patriots and I'm a fan of the Patriots, yeah, it's time to panic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's time to panic too. You gotta panic. It's time. And like you said it before, I mean, where do you go if you're the Patriots? They're almost kind of like in the same boat we are as a Steeler fan. Like, do you implode it? And when you implode it, does that mean do you sit Mac Jones? Do you bring in Bailey Zappi? Do you bring in Malik Cunningham? Like, what do you do? Because Mac Jones is not the guy. He's just not. He's just not. It's over. We've seen enough. He won. Did he win Rookie of the Year? He won Rookie of the Year, right?
I don't think he did.
You didn't? I thought he did. I thought he won Rookie of the Year. I think he made the Pro Bowl.
Did that first year? Did he win?
I feel like he made the Pro Bowl. I feel like that's why I feel like they're trying to give him the benefit of that. I'm pretty. Did he? Maybe he didn't. Yeah, one Pro Bowl. He won it. He made the Pro Bowl, and I was Rookie of the Year. No. He was second. Sorry, he was second behind Jamar Chase. So he did not win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he did make the Pro Bowl. There's that.
He made the Pro Bowl by fucking default. Let's be honest with you. 3 quarterbacks that were playing in the playoffs said, "Yeah, we're not playing in the Pro Bowl."
Yeah, I
that's
get that.
how he got in. So
this guy said, "My man says patience. They got to rebuild. They're not supposed to be good." I mean, I guess.
They've been rebuilding though. Kev, they've been rebuilding, man. That's the problem. They've been rebuilding.
I mean, do we give them the benefit of the doubt because they were so good for literally better, but what, 2 decades? Do we still give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt to rebuild a little bit? It's tough.
Nah, because we saw what Bill did with Cleveland when he got there. He turned that franchise around.
Yeah.
Within 3 to 4 years, he turned that franchise around, had them as a playoff team. And then they moved to Baltimore. Then he goes to New England. And within what, 2 years, he had them on the top of the mountain. So he knows how to turn it around. They're just not getting the right talent. He's not getting the right people.
I have always said Bill Belichick is overrated as a talent evaluator. I've said that for years. And now it's starting to, especially at quarterback. Bill Belichick has been trying to replace Tom Brady for years. None of those guys.
He knew the day was coming.
Huh? You said what?
He knew the day was coming.
Yeah, he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming 10 years before Brady left. That's the thing. He knew it was coming. It was really something that I've always said that Brady was. I don't want to say Brady was like hiding some of the faults of. I'm not saying Belichick is not a good coach, but as a talent evaluator, Brady did mask some of those deficiencies. That's what I want to say of what Belichick had as a talent evaluator, right? So, I mean, I can make the argument that Brady helped out getting some of that talent because Brady was pretty much a pseudo offensive coordinator anyway, right? So, so there's that as well. All right. All right, next team. Let's see. Next team we got panic or patience, Fog. What should we do with Green Bay Packers? They lost over the weekend as well to the Detroit Lions. It almost felt like a passing of the torch, right? In Green Bay when the Lions came in there and smacked them again. Panic or patience with Jordan Love?
I'm gonna say patience because you're starting Jordan Love. This is his first season as a starting quarterback. This is a team that let's be honest, doesn't even have the talent that Aaron Rodgers had last year on it.
No.
From an offensive aspect. So I'm gonna say patience for the Packers this season. I don't think anybody expect if Packers fans expected Green Bay to do anything. Sorry, this is not your year. I picked the Lions to win the damn division, and I didn't think that. I thought honestly the Packers had a chance to finish last in that division. So I say patience all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go patience as well. I'll go. I think the Packers are still gonna be that work in progress team. They're gonna be an up and down team all year. And again, like you said, nobody really expects them to do much. They're 2-2 right now, I believe. So they're 500. So that's not bad over the first quarter of the year of the season. So I'm gonna say patience as well. I still think they're gonna have a chance. I still think they're gonna be in the race. It's a two-team race, right, between Lions and them, right? So let's see. Defensively, they look pretty good. Offensive, they have one of the best offensive lines in football. I think they need to start running the ball a little more, take some of the pressure off Jordan Love because they're trying to make him do a little too much because they want him to be the heir apparent, but he's not ready for that. So I think they need to make sure that they're not putting too much pressure on Jordan Love. Patience, give Love some time. He's off to he's off to a decent start. He really is.
Give Love some love.
He is off. He is off to a decent start. He is. That's actually very, very true. All right, next team. Panic or patience, Fog, for, I believe this is the Miami Dolphins. They got throttled. Now think about it. They got throttled on the road.
What was it, 48-20?
48-20.
Or something like that?
48-20 after they put up a 70.
Yeah, again, it wasn't 70-20, so. They got throttled by the team that I said, I picked the Bills to win the division. I said this is the Bills' window right here. This season has to be the Bills' season. Miami still has time. Buffalo has to lock it down now because this is the weakest we've seen the AFC. And so I'm going to say, it's not panic with Miami. Have patience. There's still, if Tua stays upright, there's still a playoff team. They'll still make the wild card. They're still going to be competitive. You don't have to panic because let's be honest, Miami was not a team that I was looking at as a Super Bowl contender. And given their quick start this season, everybody, like we all do, prisoners of the moment, jump to these conclusions. No, it's not time to panic. Take it easy. Have patience. This Miami team, keep Tua safe, and you'll be fine.
Well, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say panic. And the only reason why I'm going to say panic for the Dolphins is because I believe I said last show that this was a game they had to have because this division is going to come down to those two teams. Now the Bills have the upper hand, at least tiebreaker, whatever you want to call it, right now at least. And I've said that, if the Miami Dolphins want to do anything this year of any substance, now making the playoffs is great. They make the playoffs. Did they make the playoffs last year? I don't remember. I don't know if they did or not, but no, they didn't because Tua got hurt. No, they did. They made the playoffs last year, but Tua didn't play.
Make the playoffs.
Tua didn't play. Okay, they make the playoffs. I don't think it's enough for this team. I think the expectations are a little higher. They have to get home field advantage. At the very least, they have to win the division and get at least one guaranteed home game. They have to get at least one again. If they don't, I don't trust the Dolphins going on the road in December or January. I don't trust them going to Kansas City. I don't trust them going back to Buffalo when it's probably going to be snowing. I don't trust them going to Baltimore where it's pretty cold. I don't expect them to go, I don't know, another cold weather city. I don't expect them to go on the road. I don't think they're a great road team. They don't play well outside of the state of Florida, right? So it's a panic for me because that Bills defense is good, but it's not like superior, right? So I would definitely say a panic. And I love what this guy just said. Speed doesn't travel well in the cold. It
Yep.
doesn't. Does not travel well in the cold at all, right? It travels well in that heat. In the Miami Heat, they're gonna be flying all over the place, but speed not travel well in the cold. And I suspected them to lose because they don't play well in Buffalo anyway. This guy says panic as well. Bill can still. Oh, he's talking about Bill can still coach defense. Oh, okay. He gave some insight on how to defend Miami. If they start getting hurt, it gets a little easier, right? And it's true, right? They're a very very fragile team, right? You know, all the guys are fragile. Tua, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Mozart, they're all fragile. So like they got to stay healthy. And look, it gets colder out there, man. It gets cold in New England. It gets cold in Buffalo. It gets cold in New York. Right there is like what 7 guaranteed cold weather games right there, man. So I'm gonna panic a little bit because I wanted to see if speed did travel, and apparently it does not travel very well. So I'm gonna panic a little bit. All right, last team, I don't know why I even put this team. I'm not sure why we did this, but let's just all just choose panic because that's what we're gonna do here, right? Let's just move on. Everybody panic. Press the button. Everybody just panic. Everybody just put the sirens on. We are screwed. That's all I know. Huge panic. I thought about that. I'm like, why did I put this stupid team? Why did I even put it? Of course we're gonna panic. No shit, we're gonna panic. Like we're like the like.
After what the Texans did, yeah, absolute panic. Absolute panic.
Yeah, like it's bad. It's pretty freaking bad right now in Pittsburgh. I'm not the only.
But I will say this: those Pittsburgh fans that have been calling for Mike Tomlin's head, you know they're going to be coming again.
Oh yeah. It's just the fans that don't understand the nuances of football. They don't understand what Mike Tomlin means to this team. They don't understand that Mike Tomlin gets fired. 27 other teams are going to be literally at his door.
Yeah.
They're just frustrated, right? I'm doing my best to quell at least Steeler Nation around me. It's not Tomlin. I will say though, I'm a little frustrated because Tomlin is too loyal to a damn fault.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I just don't I know we looked good the last 7-8 games last year. He said, see, my guy Matt Canada can do it. And it's more the same, man. And people are getting frustrated, right? We're getting frustrated. Like, you know, it's one thing if we're like moving the ball, but we're in close games and we're playing Steeler football, we're running the ball, low scoring games. We're not putting up a lot of points, but we're at least being effective offensively. That's Steeler football, right? We're not looking to be.
You're not even being physical. That's the
physicality
is fucking missing on both ends of the ball.
That's the thing. It's one thing if we're being physical and they're low scoring games, right? And we're not scoring a lot, but we're still being physical and efficient, right? It's another thing where we're just not being physical and getting our asses kicked.
Yeah.
Right. That's the problem. That's the issue. And right now that's not happening. And Matt Canada, it's just he's awful, right? You know, he's terrible. It's just not good at all. So yeah, panic in Pittsburgh. Also, they're coming for their head. Mike knows they're coming for his head, but Mike's great at just kind of compartmentalizing. Doesn't care. He doesn't really care about any of that. So it is what it is. So all right. Before we go on to our game picks, let's take a look at something real quick. Not yours truly. Your boy, the Fog, had
shit.
he put up his power rankings because he loves to start trouble. That's all he does. That's all he wants to do. All this is for is to start shit. This is all he does. This is right here. And these are
put some effort into it, just a little bit.
And I looked at the list, and I quite frankly, I don't really have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it. I think the Niners are by far the best team in the National Football League. I've been saying this since week 1. They are by far the best complete team, best roster, top to bottom. There's nothing to say about that. Kansas City's interesting. I would flip Philly and Kansas City. That's just me, though. I think Kansas City hasn't really. I don't think they've had to have a complete game, and nor has Philly. But Philly's defense has looked better than what Kansas City has produced, right? You know, interesting. The Bills are 4. I would have had the Lions a little higher. I think the Lions are playing great, outstanding football. And then the Buccaneers were the team They're 3-1.
I listen. When you look at the next 7 or 8 teams behind them, it's like shit. I gotta put Tampa Bay in there by default.
This guy is saying Tampa Bay. You know you can exclude the whole division, right? It doesn't have to be the whole division can stink. I mean, you really don't. Look,
I didn't know who the hell else to put. Let's keep it real. I had no idea who else I could have put there.
Off the top
The
of my
Rams,
dome.
the Rams were the only other team that I thought about. I'm like, maybe they could be the number 10 team.
They won over the weekend, right? They won.
Yeah.
They won over the weekend. You know, honestly, if I had to replace a team, I would put Houston. I would have put Houston over the Bucks. I think the Houston Texans are playing a better brand of football right now. I think the Bucks are, like you say all the time, I think the Bucks are accidentally 3-1.
Yeah.
Like it's an accident. This is an accident. I don't think the Texans are accidentally 2-2. I think they're actually a pretty solid team, right? With a solid quarterback, a rookie quarterback, and a very solid coach, a promising young coach. So I would have put the Texans there if it were me, you know. But the rest of this list, I'm not mad at it. Can't go wrong with any of this. The Ravens are right where they need to be. I feel like if they would have won against the Colts last week, probably would have been a little higher. But yeah, this is not a bad list, right? You know, but these are the Fog's power rankings. Check him out. He always, every single week, he'll have his top 10 NFL power rankings on Objectively Biased Sports on Facebook, just because he wants to piss people off on a Monday or whenever he did this. Like he's
Cowboys fans definitely gonna be pissed off.
But as always, to end the show, let's do some game picks for week 5. Week 5 looks to be pretty promising. Let's go ahead and open the schedule real quick and see what we got. Oof. Not a bad slate of games this week. Let's see what we got here.
No, but still tough pickings. I'm making my money on my bets on college football this year.
All right, Thursday night football.
What a shit fest.
The gift that just keeps on giving. Hey, last week was not bad though. Last week Packers, well, it was a bad game, but the matchup wasn't bad.
No.
But this is trash. All right, so we got the 0-4 Bears and the 2-2 Commanders. Falk, who you got?
I want to know what the NFL was thinking when they put this game as a Thursday night game.
Well, they don't care about Thursday nights. They clearly don't want the marquee games. Only go on Sunday and Monday. They don't really care who plays. It's not on national television, so they're not tripping.
The fucking Bears. I gotta take the Commanders by default because the Bears, after you blew that lead against the Broncos, I have no faith in Chicago at all. I'm convinced that Chicago might fuck around and go 0-17.
I like what this guy said. Chicago is Thursday. Fields is going to be running for his life. Washington offense going to be tired again. Chicago, please get it. I think this is a game Chicago gets. This is one of those weird games. It's Thursday night.
I hope they do. But
I think Chicago wins this game. And I think Justin Fields has another good game. Justin Fields played really well last week, right? He played very, very well. So let's see if he can. And
that fumble, that fumble that got taken back for a touchdown, that wasn't his fault. He ran a play action, turned around, and the defender was in his face.
Well, I mean, you can't just drop the ball though. Fumbles are one thing I can't excuse. So like you got to protect the football. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bears. Who's pick? Commanders?
I'm taking the Commanders.
All right. Next game, Jags at Bills.
That's in London, right?
It looks like it's a 8 a.m. game. Let me take a look.
Yeah, so that's yeah.
Damn, do the Jaguars live in London? They have another London game? So they just stay.
And they play good over there, but I think the Bills are gonna cook them. The Bills, after what they did to Miami, but I think Buffalo is getting on that train where they need to be. Yeah, they might skin these cats.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna probably go overthink this per usual, but the Jags have been over there like apparently all week, right? So they're not flying over. They're well rested. They kind of are acclimated with the environment. I'm gonna go Jags. I think they have that. I think they have that advantage because I didn't know they were just gonna stay. I didn't know they had back-to-back London games. That's actually crazy. They might as well just fucking move there. Like it's, anyways. I'm pick the Jags. I'm pick the Jags get their first signature win of the year. All right. 2-2 Texans versus the 2-2 Atlanta Falcons. Apparently.
I gotta go with the Texans. I'm gonna go with the better quarterback.
Yeah, this is one of those games that is equal all over except the quarterback position. So I'm gonna go.
It's not even close at the
it's
position.
not even close. Unfortunately, Desmond Ridder let us both down. I got Houston too. Houston will be 3-2, which will be one of the shocks of the league for the Houston Texans being above 500 this early.
Yep.
All right. Whew. Wow, this might be a little bit of a trap game, but 0-4 Panthers at 3-1 Lions.
If Bryce Young is playing,
he's playing. I think he's playing.
He's getting knocked out of the game. I'm taking a Lions.
Oh man, this could get ugly. I got Texans. Oh, I'm sorry, I got Lions. I got Lions. Yeah, I like Bryce Young. It's gonna be a long season. It's gonna be a long season.
It might not be. It might be a short season for him. It might be a short season for him.
I got Texans. I got the Lions. I got Lions. All right, divisional rivalry here. 2-2 Titans at the 2-2 Indianapolis Colts.
I'm taking the Colts because I'm trying to figure out what the Titans are going to do at quarterback. I don't know how the Titans are 2-2.
I have no idea either. No clue. I didn't even know. I didn't even know until I saw this right here.
And I'm like, Tannehill has been shit. Again, that's it. He's twilight of his career. He's done. But you can't even think about you drafted Malik Willis and Will Levis, and you can't even think about putting either one of those guys in there, really? Like, you're just going to keep rolling with Tannehill and how shitty he's been playing? Okay, fine. Roll the dice there. I'm taking the Colts.
It is really a snuggle struggle. Whatever Tennessee is doing, it's crazy. I don't know what they're doing. And honestly, it really is the ugliest football. It's hard to watch them. And it's very interesting. They drafted two quarterbacks, I believe, then they drafted Malik Willis in the third or fourth. They had Will Levis in the first. And was Will Levis first round pick? I forget. Or he dropped. I think he dropped to the second round, something like that. But they don't want to put them in. They're apparently not ready. The old man Tannehill.
I don't know how he's completed 62% of his passes, 2 touchdowns to 4 picks in 4 games. Are you kidding me?
And they still can't. They're
not ready. Shit.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go to Colts. I'm interested to see what they do at quarterback. All right, this may be a bloodbath. 1-3 Giants. 1-3 Giants at the 3-1 Miami Dolphins.
Oh, where do I begin? It's consensus, right? We're all taking the Dolphins. There's no argument here. The only question is going to be, does Daniel Jones throw a touchdown pass in this game?
Or by how much? How much? Let's see. Oh, we got somebody saying, give me the Giants. This is the game. Giants fuck around and hurt Tua and win. Oh, wow. Got some violence talking to here. Hey, anything's possible. Anything's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Really? How many sacks do the Giants have this year on the season?
They got to get the Tua first. Unless Tua trips on himself, then maybe. Yeah, but they got to get the Tua first, right? Yeah, I think this is going to be a bloodbath. I don't think they're going to score 70, but, I can see them definitely maybe 50, 45.
That'd be beautiful if they scored 70 again. That, that'd be great. I would love every bit of that.
Yeah, whoever this is, he's violent. They only need one to hurt this guy. They only need one sack. All right. We all got Dolphins, though. All right. Saints. This is weird. Saints at Patriots. This could be the beginning of the end of Mac Jones. I'm just saying right now.
You know, the Saints are trying to lose games.
You think so?
With the way I just like. I had hopes for the Saints. I picked them to win the division, and I'm looking at the way they play, and I'm like, no, you guys aren't doing it. Derek Carr isn't doing it, but New England, after going to, look, Belichick is going to have this team prepared. I think this is going to be a much tougher game. So I'm going to go with the Saints. But if they win, I wouldn't be shocked if New England won this game. But I'm going to take the Saints.
I'm gonna take the Saints as well. The Saints at least have some type of semblance of offense, so they're going to score some points. The Patriots don't
that much greater.
That's not. I mean, it's not that much greater, but I think their combination of quarterback and receiver is better than whatever the hell the Patriots have. I don't even know who they got at receiver. I have no clue. I'm gonna go to Saints, and the Patriots dropped to 1-4, and then it's just gonna become more questions and job security for Mac Jones. What happens to Bill Belichick at the end of the year? I'm actually enjoying this. I'm enjoying the Patriots' misery. So, like, I want them to lose. I think we're all enjoying it deep down inside. I think we're all enjoying it. All right. Ravens at Steelers.
Matt Canada is still on the sidelines. So I'm taking the Ravens.
Now, look, we play Baltimore very well. We do.
Yeah.
We play them very well. Like it's a rivalry game. This is a game that we usually get up for. And look, man, if there's any games we can win that we can upset, it's this. It's this. I want so bad to pick Pittsburgh. I just feel like there has to be a sense of pride, especially at home, right? Especially at home. This was in Baltimore. I'd pick Baltimore. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I think we upset them. I think we upset them. I think we're gonna find a way to win. I don't really know. We usually play Lamar Jackson pretty well. Lamar usually does not slice and dice us up like he does the other teams in the AFC North. So I'm gonna go us. I'm gonna say we go the upset because it's at home, right? Somehow, some way, we'll be 3-2. Somehow, some freaking way, we'll be 3-2. All right. Oh God, 1-3 Bengals at at the very feisty Arizona Cardinals.
I hate this game. I hate this game because this is a trap game.
It's true.
Fuck. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals. I was on Cincy. I was on another show, Game Winning Drive, and I think I took the Bengals. But as I'm looking at this now, I'm like, damn, I had more time to think about this. I think Arizona is going to win this game. I've never been a believer in Zach Taylor. I thought he was an accidental success last season. And he was an accidental success because of the personnel that's there. You have a quarterback who's struggling because of injury, and you have yet to change your game plan or do anything to help him in the process. So I'm taking Arizona.
I agree. I think Arizona is one of the best 1-3 teams we've ever seen because they are just fight. They fight. They will.
Somebody forgot to tell that team they were tanking for Caleb Williams.
Someone really did. Somebody really. And honestly, you know what? You know what's interesting? If you're Caleb Williams, you see this, you might be somewhat impressed, right? This is not a team that's just laying down. Like they're playing for this coach, right? They're playing for these guys. I'm going to Cardinals. I think they're going to put the Bengals out of their misery. I think the Bengals season will officially be over. I think they're gonna have to. I think they should sit Joe Burrow now, but I think they're gonna start him, and it's just bad business for them. But because this Cardinals team is feisty, they are one feisty bunch. So, in God, would I not give to have Josh Dobbs? Is that Josh Dobbs?
Joshua Dobbs, yeah.
Joshua Dobbs back in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. Man, and look, two Steelers, James Conner and Josh Dobbs. All right, Eagles at Rams.
Man, I want to pick the Rams so bad because the Eagles still haven't put it together. I want to pick the Rams so bad. But that Eagles defense might swallow Matt Stafford whole.
That front. That front is scary.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams won, but I'm going to take the Eagles.
That front is scary. I'm going to go the Eagles as well, but again, I'm with you. I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles won. If the Rams won, but I'm going to go to Eagles because that front is scary. And look, this poor Nakua guy, like he looks really great. And when Cooper Kupp, whenever he comes back, which I don't think he will be, that'll be a good combination. Good 2-1-2 punch right there. Kyle, what's the guy from Notre Dame? Kyler Williams from Notre Dame looks like a pretty good back for them. Pick him up if you haven't picked up on fantasy yet. He looks pretty good. So the Rams seem to be figuring some things out, right? At 2-2. This will be a signature win for them, by the way.
Yeah.
If they can pull this off. A signature win for them, and they'll be 3-2 and pretty much, I believe, tied or within a game back of Seattle and the 49ers, which that division is going to be super tight. So we'll see. We get some comments.
Yeah, Seattle has a bye this week, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they do. Yep. I'm here for the demise of Matt Stafford. He had a good run. Pray the Jets lose. I'll be in the streets calling them all kinds of bitch ass, Oh my gosh. This is the Nathaniel Hackett game, which obviously doesn't have as much luster as it once did because Aaron Rodgers is not playing and both teams are just garbage. Who you got in this game, folks? Who you got in the Nathaniel Hackett Bowl?
Oh, I gotta take the Broncos at home.
Okay.
I gotta, because I don't. Again, I don't believe in Zach Wilson, and again, he put together a very good game last week. Do not get me wrong. I said he was a bust when he was coming out, and he's shown that. But last week he played really well. Can he do that again? Can he duplicate what he did and build off of that? I don't see it happening. So I'm gonna go with Denver.
Dead clocks are right twice a day. We all know this. All right. Dead clocks are right twice a day. Zach Wilson is not good. I didn't even flinch when he had that big game. Good game on Monday night. That's fine. He's allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure we can find Jamarcus Russell has some probably good games as well. We could find it right in his game logs. I'm sure we could find it. Okay. Maybe. I got the Broncos in this game. Because it's kind of similar to where the Falcons and Falcons and who are they playing? Oh, the Texans. Very similar teams. It comes down to the quarterback play. I'm going. Russell Wilson's actually playing pretty good, right? He's not playing poorly. He's playing pretty well, right? So I'm going Texans. I keep saying Texans. I'm going Broncos.
I'm placing a bet on the Texans big time the way you saying them.
I'm going Broncos. I'm not even confident saying that I like the Jets defense, but Zach Wilson is just awful. He's terrible. All right. 3-1 Chiefs at 1-3 Vikings.
Oh my God. I want to say Minnesota's going to upset them so bad because I don't like the way the Chiefs look, but man, it's Minnesota and
Minnesota's.
You know what's funny? They're losing close games that last year they wound up winning.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they weren't as good. They just were on the lucky side last season. So I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm going the Chiefs as well. It seems like they I'm about to say they're gonna take their frustration out on the Vikings. It seems the Vikings have just kind of thrown the towel in. They're just done. I feel like if there's a team that needs to blow up, it's this one. And I don't know, Justin Jefferson's gonna get his money regardless. I mean, obviously you bring him back, you don't get rid of him. You bring him back, you pay him, you back up the U-Haul of money for him. But yeah, I definitely think the Chiefs are going.
Maybe the Vikings are quietly tanking this season.
Maybe, possibly. It's definitely possible. They're definitely could be tanking this year. I mean, who knows? All right, the Sunday night matchup, a game that I will be attending: Cowboys at Niners. Biggest game of the year. Who you got?
Thus far, yeah, I'm taking San Francisco.
Yeah.
I'm taking Dallas is going to have to show out. This is a big game for them. If they lose, but it's a close game, it's not a bad loss. But if they get smacked and lose by 14 or more, yeah.
They've lost last 2 playoff games to this team. One at home in Dallas, and then one in San Francisco or Santa Clara, what do you want to call it? This is tough, man. Like, this would be a monument. No, let me not go there. But a big win for the Dallas Cowboys if they can win in San Francisco. In San Francisco, they can win, but they're not. They're not going to win this game.
Nope.
Niners are going to win this game. I've been calling them the best team in football all year, and I will continue to do that. They are the best team in football. It's going to be a defensive slugfest, though. And honestly, this is going to be a good test for Brock Purdy. He has not really faced a defense like this, and since he's played in this league, I mean, the best defense is on his team. So he doesn't get to see them except in practice, but it doesn't count. So I'm going to go the Niners, but I think this game is going to be closer than we think. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be there. I'm going to, I'm not going to wear I'm going to be super neutral because I know how Niner fans can get and Cowboy fans can get. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going the Niners, though. I'm definitely going to go to the 49ers in this game. All right, Monday Night Football. 2, some would say blue blood teams. I'm going to say my alarm clock wins Monday night. I don't think I'm staying up for that one. Packers, Raiders.
I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah.
Taking the Packers. Josh McDaniels. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I'm surprised he still has a job.
I'm surprised he got another head coaching job.
I'm not super surprised that. I'm not surprised he got another. I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised he still has a job. But if there's anybody that's going to get fired mid-season, I think it'll be him. I think he'll be fired. I think he'll be fired mid-season. If they go I think they're going to lose this game. I got Packers going 3-2, Raiders going 1-4. They'll be in the dungeon of the NFC AFC West again.
AFC West, yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I think the Packers win this game. It'll be a pretty good win for the Packers on the road. They need this. But the Raiders are just a bad football team, man. Just roster wise and bad football team. But I believe Raider fans, Caleb Williams recently said that the Raiders are one of the teams that he would not mind playing for. Just saying.
I don't know why.
Well, it's Vegas. It's Vegas. So, there's a lot of money there. That's what he's probably thinking about. But yeah, so there's that. So, the Raiders could be low-key tanking.
He'd make more money going back to school.
Oh, yeah. Base salary-wise, yeah. Base salary-wise, he would definitely make more money going back to school. Absolutely.
You got to understand, the Raiders have one of the worst scoring offenses in the NFL right now.
God.
They're the bottom third in the NFL when it comes to scoring offense. They are in the bottom third when it comes to yards offensively. This team sucks on the offensive side of they just suck. I don't know what
I don't know.
I got nothing, man.
Oh, and they thought Jimmy G was actually going to be like a thing. You just feel bad for some fan bases.
I thought he was going to give them something, especially to help out Josh Jacobs, but they can't even get that going. They've got the worst rushing offense in the NFL right now.
And that's crazy because Josh Jacobs was the league leader in rushing last year by far.
And he's not hurt.
Maybe he's not hurt. No, he's just not. They're just not running the ball well right now. Honestly, that could be attributed to they had a better quarterback last year. They had a better connection with Carr to Adams, and not sure how they couldn't make that work. I don't know. The Raiders are just the Raiders, Bears, all these like the Lions play pretty well. The Raiders, Bears, Washington is poverty franchises. Poverty, so man. Kind of sucks. We got to end on a Raiders note, but we want to thank everybody who joined us today, man. We really, really appreciate you guys staying and sticking around. We really, really love when you guys engage. Really, really fun when you guys do it. Makes the show go a lot smoother. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Shout out to Kevin Oliver, man. He was all over it tonight.
Absolutely. Kevin Oliver, always a weekly watcher. Really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate your insight. Really appreciate you keeping us engaged, man. It's awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our Facebook pages, BZ Sports and Entertainment, and then we got Objectively Biased Sports by The Fog, and of course our YouTube channel, Two Man Front, where you can see all our videos and whatnot. Please subscribe. And also, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.